Haryana has been a fascinating story in more ways than one. Because if you look at the larger picture also, the difference between the vote share between the Congress and the BJP is less than 0.5%. So that tells you how tight this race was. There was a time when the BJP was ahead, the Congress in terms of seats, but trailing in terms of vote share. So that captures the story. In fact, let's look at some of these contests. Charnakalan, of course, the biggest story in this seat was Dushyant Chautala because he finished in the 5th place. But what is fascinating is that Devendra Atri of the BJP defeated the Congress candidate just by 32 votes. That's how close the contest was. In fact, if you look at the number of rounds, in the first few rounds, the Congress candidate was way ahead. Dushyant Chautala was always on the last position. So that really tells you how the landscape has changed entirely in Haryana, from the Deputy Chief Minister to finishing in the last place in what has been a JJP stronghold. Absolutely fascinating there. And the BJP candidate winning by just 32 seats. If we take a look at the next constituency that we are talking about as far as Haryana is concerned, of course, it's a vote share that's really interesting. Let's try and move that graphic now to the next constituency. Of course, as we discuss, it's Charnakalan. Of course, some of the other seats, as we try and get those graphics up, looking at seats like Adampur, for example. Adampur has been, a stronghold of the Bishnoi family. But before that, Dabwali. Now, of course, another very crucial constituency, one of the 3 seats that the INLD has won, but just by over 600 votes. In fact, there was a time when the INLD candidate was trailing by almost 5,000 votes, and it was in the last few rounds, the last 3 rounds perhaps, that he took a significant lead, but then finally it evened out and he won just by 600 votes. In fact, absolutely fascinating there, because this also has been an INLD stronghold in the past decade or so, but a complete change in landscape, as I was saying, with the INLD winning just by 610 votes. Let's take a look at now the other constituency, Loharu. Loharu, of course, the Punjab-Haryana border, also very close to Delhi. So in that sense, this constituency becomes extremely important. In fact, Rajbir Fartia of the Congress party won just by 792 votes, defeating Jayaprakash Dalal. Now, Jayaprakash Dalal, I in fact went to this constituency as well, Loharu, an extremely interesting constituency, and Jayaprakash Dalal was considered a very strong candidate here, somebody who has worked ground up, but he was defeated by the Congress candidate by 792 votes. So again, a very interesting constituency here. But let's take a look at the next seat that we're looking at. Many such seats in Haryana. In fact, close to 17 to 18 seats in Haryana have seen these close contests. If we can try and flip the graphic a little faster. Adampur. In the first time in the past 50 years, the Bishnoi family has lost this stronghold. Of course, the Bishnois are no longer in the Congress. Bhavya Bishnoi, a young politician, he is Kuldeep Bishnoi's son, and he is contested on a BJP ticket. In fact, he won those crucial Adampur by-polls as well that I remember covering last year, and that was seen as some sort of a big boost to the Bishnoi family. But Bhavya Bishnoi lost, but just by over 1,200 votes. So, a big jolt to the Bishnoi family, and something that nobody expected that Bhavya Bishnoi could lose here. Kuldeep Bishnoi's son, of course, and a margin of over 1,200 votes. Rohtak, of course, is something, a constituency that is considered the bastion, the citadel of the Hudas. They enjoy a lot of influence and support here. And the Congress candidate who won simply by over 1,300 votes. So that tells you again, Maria, how the landscape has changed, and perhaps how the dominance of the Jats, the dominance of the Hudas has also come down in that sense, because a strongman of the Hudas winning just by 1,300 votes. So Maria, this in a sense gives you the larger picture of the close contest in Haryana.